Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Northwest Access TV's presentation of Franklin County varsity basketball. Tonight we are at BFA St. Albans for the Bobwhites home opener, hosting the visiting Milton Yellow Jackets. My name is Bryce Batchelder. Along with me tonight is Landon Potvin. Before I send it over to Landon for the starting lineups, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, Barrett Ford, JC Image, and Handy Toyota. If your business would like to be a sponsor for Northwest Access TV sports coverage this winter, please contact us at 802-782-8676. All right, Landon, what are those starting lineups?
For the visiting Milton Yellow Jackets, we got Colin Mathis, Donovan Dallas, Caden Button, Hunter McClellan, and Braden Carragher. And for the home team, the BFA Bobwhites, we got Connor Leach, Noah Earl, Thomas DeMar, Seth Richards, who just won the tip, and Charlie Yates, who received the tip. Pretty handy, isn't that?
That was an excellent segue. They set you up perfectly. It's like you talked to these guys before the game. That first possession for BFA results in a turnover. Milton is going to take over here. BFA opening up with a full court press, though not a very tough one. I think just to give Milton a little bit of a look to see what they're doing, and then they quickly backed up, and Milton is now setting up their offense. Looking for Mathis down in the post. Mathis, one of their go-to scorers. He kicks it out, though. That three-pointer is off for Hunter McClellan. And Yates comes out for it with BFA. Pushes it ahead to Earl, kicks that one out. Yates now up top. They're going to reset a little bit. Earl thought about it. He's going to drive down the middle. Tries to get it inside to Richards, but that's broken up.
Noah Earl loves to find the guy rolling on the pick and rolls, and Thomas DeMar loves to do it as well. We'll see how often the Bobwhites can come through with those tonight.
Three-pointer is off again for McClellan. Noah Earl goes the other way and puts the first points on the board for for BFA this evening with an NBA-type move.
That'd be something, courtside an NBA game.
That's a whole lot more expensive than how we got these seats here.
Yes. All we had to do was show our badge.
Milton swinging it around the perimeter here. As Donovan Dallas with the ball. Dallas and Colin Mathis are the two returners for Milton, who kind of were that part of that four-headed monster in last year's game against the BFA. Four Milton players all scored in double digits. The other two have graduated. BFA forces the turnover. Out to Earl.
Charlie Yates is what we call a dog on defense.
That three-pointer was off for DeMar. And we are going to get our first timeout of the game called by Milton. 5:53 to go in the first quarter. Low-scoring game so far. BFA only up 2-0. Landon, what are some of the things that you're seeing so far tonight?
Well, it's our first game in a while with fans.
Absolutely.
So you could see maybe that being a big factor for today's contest. To our left in the student section for Milton, they're wearing all black. For us, it's all white. I think it was pretty funny how social media encouraged this to happen tonight. But one other thing that we should be looking for is masks.
Yes.
Mr. Marlowe had to remind a lot of the JV players earlier today to put their mask on. I wonder if the refs will enforce that, or what kind of role does that play in today's contest?
While it is fantastic to have fans back in the gym, we are still in a pandemic, so masks are still required for everybody here, including us. Mathis puts that one up, but will be called for travel instead of a foul. I think everyone was expecting a foul call, but Milton's coach not arguing it.
Yeah, he caught the ball and then jumped.
Mathis, though, anticipated that pass, almost picked it off. Noah Earl with a pump fake, but he shuffled his feet a little bit before he got going. He's called for travel. So definitely an early season game.
Yeah, for sure. Already three turnovers for the Bobwhites and 2 for the Yellow Jackets.
The nice
by both the stars too, nonetheless. Earl No, Earl with 2 and Mathis with 2.
The nice thing about this year, though, is that we're getting all of those early game kind of ugly moments out of the way in December this year, whereas last year the season didn't start till February. So that's when we were seeing all of those early season mistakes in what should have been late in the season. Milton still not able to get a bucket. We're still at 2-0 with 4:59 left in the first quarter.
And if I'm not mistaken, McClellan's already taken 3 shots, and that is the only one that's taken a shot for the Yellow Jackets.
We're about to get a couple subs here for Milton as that shot is up and it falls for Thomas DeMar. Noah Earl no longer the only Bobwhite to score. What a pass by Mathis, a nice bounce pass. And then a nice one back over to Caden Button to put Milton on the scoreboard for the first time. Noah Earl takes it himself, bounces off, gets his own rebound, kicks that out to DeMar. Milton with some solid perimeter defense so far. One of the big advantages Milton has in this game is that Colin Mathis will likely be one of the 2 tallest players on the floor, and he is a ball handler, and especially in Vermont high school basketball, that is so hard to stop.
Yes, I mean, BFA has one of their own in 6'7" Seth Richards, but he lacks the ball control. But imagine Seth with a little bit of a ball handling himself.
And they tried to get it down to Richards, and we will get our first foul call. And that should be on number 33, Braden Carragher for Milton, his first, team's first. Now we love having fans back, but unfortunately one of the casualties of having fans back is that we don't have the camera angle to set up a separate camera for the scoreboard. So we're going to try to keep you abreast of the score and the time right here from the scores table. Mathis' first shot is off. Noah Earl ends up with the long rebound. Bring it up with the left hand, tries to cut over to the right. Little 2-man game going on between Hughes and Earl.
Yeah, that would have been the right idea between the two if Noah cut instead of going back out of the 3. The guy was out of bounds on the shot fake by the sophomore.
Well, I think when Noah did the crossover from the left to the right inside the key, he actually had a nice open look on the block, but mishandled the ball a little bit. I'm sure there are a couple Milton hands reaching in there too to knock it away. It definitely wasn't clean, but could have been a look. Milton, tough perimeter defense up by the half-court line, but caught a little bit out of position. Leach tried to make them pay, but just bounces out. Now Mathis has the ball. 3:10 to go. Mathis going to drive in over 3 Bobwhites, and he puts that one in. He has 4 of Milton's 6 points.
Yeah, the adjustment is going to have to be made here soon with potentially having to double or bring that help side defender over quicker.
Absolutely. The trouble of trying to guard someone of Mathis' ball handling skills at his height is the matchup is really tough. You can try to match height, but you might not have someone as quick as Mathis out at the outside as Noah Earl gets that one to drop. No, we're just waiting for a shoelace to get tied. But like I was saying, you can try to match Mathis's height, but it might be a defender who's not quite as quick as him guarding outside at the 3-point line, or you can try to match speed, but then it ends up being someone who's not quite as tall as him.
Right, the probable matchup would probably be Seth Richards against him, but like you mentioned, then the speed is lacking in that category. But then you could just give him more room with his length.
Coach calling for Milton to reset their offense here. Kind of got stuck on the right side. And Milton will draw BFA's first foul.
Yeah, we mentioned before these guys played once last year, and Milton handled them pretty easily, 63-37, but man, it's just a totally different environment in practices now.
And that shot is off for Muldoon as BFA rushes on the other side. Charlie Yates gets it to drop and gets fouled. He will go to the line to shoot one. This is one of those moments where we are glad to have the students back in the stands.
Yeah, and Charlie Yates is just a very physical and aggressive guy. I mean, it's just a part of his work ethic. In the summer, I know the Yates pretty well. He works his tail off in the summer doing construction work, and it carries over to tonight as he just muscled his way in the paint, got a deuce.
It's a certain toughness that comes with construction work.
Yes.
As Charlie Yates misses that one. That Milton foul was on number 1, Colin Mathis, his first, team's third. BFA gets the rebound though, and that three-pointer is good for Liam Horrigan.
Yeah, the Bobwhites have been in the gym a lot, doing a lot of shooting.
And Dallas, that shot is way off. He was wondering why there wasn't a foul. The refs deemed that's a box out. And Connor Leach takes advantage. And BFA forces another turnover. Yates, surrounded by 3 guys, draws another foul. He'll go to the line to shoot another 2. And like you said, Landon, what a difference a year makes.
Yeah, it's just what they're doing in the gym is just so much different. The drills they run, the intensity in practice. Just practice alone, the intensity is so much different.
Yates misses the front end. That Milton foul on number 32, Skylar Muldoon, his first, team's 4th, with 1:39 left in the first quarter. BFA up 13-6.
And there's one thing you guys will definitely see a lot this year is Charlie is not a shooter. No offense to him. He is great in the paint, but once you take about 15 feet out, he is not the best shooter for sure.
We all got our strengths and weaknesses. My strength is talking about basketball. My weakness is playing basketball.
And you know what's funny? His brother Yates is actually a pretty good shooter.
Hunter McClellan hits a three-pointer, his first. We've seen him take a few of those so far tonight. That's the first one he's gotten to drop.
Yeah, one for
Noah
3.
Earl was open down low, but he felt the presence of Colin Mathis right behind him, so didn't try to go up for it. But passes it. Nice little skip pass, but not able to get that to drop from Thomas DeMar. We're gonna get a jump ball call here.
Got a broken mass down there from Isaac Gratton.
It's
Had to reload there.
It's funny. So when I played in high school is when they first introduced that all the students had to wear mouth guards for a while, and we'd always have game pauses for mouth guard issues. And now in current events, it's mask issues that we have to pause.
Yeah, he broke his mask and then got a new one and then broke it again. Jeez. But good hustle by him, right? He got a jump ball.
Minute to go here in the opening quarter. Mathis tried to dribble in. Good defense by Thomas DeMar, and the hustle down low gets it over to Horrigan. What hustle by Thomas DeMar, and Horrigan's gonna try to drive in. Horrigan tried to keep the ball in his right hand. Milton was ready to reach in for it, and instead we are going to get a foul called on Thomas DeMar. His first, team's second.
Man, I missed high school basketball. It's just 47 seconds left, and the intensity is insane.
Mathis with the ball, trying to go left. Good defense by Charlie Yates to force it out of Mathis's hand. Noah Earl with the long arms, he gets it. He tries to go up, he's gonna get called for the charge. Hunter McClellan was in position, knew exactly where Noah Earl was gonna try to go. Beat him to the spot.
Yeah, that's a very tough call to make. I do definitely think he was there, but as a fan, it's just so hard to see stuff like that.
Charlie Yates breaks up that pass. And BFA keeps the ball. Charlie Yates gonna try to drive in, forces that one, and that is picked off by Milton.
Yates has 3 steals now, and it's pretty impressive.
Seeing a lot of attempted tough passes right now, which I think those are some of the wrinkles that'll be ironed out throughout the season. 16 seconds to go here. Still 14-9 BFA.
I think it's just give the ball to Mathis and make something happen for us.
Charlie Yates, a very good defender, out on him. That three-point attempt is just out for Caden Button. And we're going to have a loose ball and get a jump ball called on the ground with 1.1 second left.
I mean, they had a great look. Button did. Just right in and out. So good look, almost a great shot.
Half-court heave off the backboard from Thomas DeMar. At the end of the first quarter, BFA leads Milton 14-9.
Noah Earl has chipped in 4 points. The only other significant scorers, Charlie with 3 and Liam with 3 as well. Charlie is, like you mentioned before, great defender, has 3 steals. And then Noah Earl getting a little too antsy at points. He has 4 turnovers. And then on the other side, Milton, Mathis has 4, Button has 2, and then McClellan hit that big-time 3 to cut the deficit.
Well, last year in the Milton BFA game, Milton ran away with it. Final score, like you had mentioned before, 63-37. Milton had a 4-headed monster going with Kyle Brown with 17, Adam Billadu with 15. They've both since graduated. So who's remaining from that 4-headed monster? Colin Mathis, who finished the game last year with 12, and Brandon Dallas with 11. So far, Mathis has 4 of Milton's 9 points, and Dallas is scoreless. Talking to Milton scorekeeper over here, she informed me Brandon Dallas was the scorer last year. This is his little brother, Donovan Dallas, who is playing tonight. But starting in his first varsity game, so props to him. On is off a wide open rebound there for Braden Carragher. His first points of the game. Didn't look like there was a BFA jersey around him at all, boxing out in the post.
And you already know that Tristan's not going to be very happy about that one. An offensive rebound.
Richards kicks that one out. A 3-point attempt is off for Connor Leach. Good rebound by DeMar. Gets it back over to Richards. Oh, nice pass into Thomas DeMar. He makes the score 16-11 in favor of BFA. Mathis kicks that one out to the corner. Corner 3 by Godin. Godin is too strong. BFA gets another opportunity. As the BFA student section picks up their cheer, something that we missed last year.
It is packed over there, too.
Yeah, not a whole lot of social distancing going on, that's for sure. A long possession here for BFA. Credit Milton's perimeter defense here. They're not giving BFA any open looks.
Backdoor cut there by...
Except for that one. Thomas DeMar hits that 3-pointer, and he is now the leading scorer in the game with 7. That shot off. Connor Leach going to carry that up to Richards. Corner 3 by Charlie Yates. That one is off. Milton gets the ball. 6:06 left in the second quarter. BFA up 19-11. The team fouls so far, Milton with 4 and BFA with 3.
Me and you were talking before the game, and I was telling you how much these guys have improved over the offseason. BFA has been a very young team this past year, and now the experience is coming into shape with Noah Earl becoming a junior, DeMar getting a good year under his belt, and his IQ is just so ahead of everybody, it makes the whole team better.
Yeah, two guys I'm excited to watch this year. Noah Earl, even when he was a younger player, you kind of knew that he would eventually turn into one of the go-to guys on the team. And then Seth Richards, who had just some really good games on the JV squad last year. And especially against MVU, he dominated.
Yes.
And so I was excited to see him and what he does at varsity this year. I believe he split time a little bit last year between JV and varsity.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that he should have been pulled up, but it did happen. Tough layup, wow.
Good stuff. Skylar Muldoon gets that one to drop, but not because of any lackluster defense by Justin Brown. He was in the right spot. He had his hands up. Just a tougher make by Muldoon. Justin Brown kicks that out. 3 off for Connor Leach. Mathis gets the rebound. He's coming the other way between 3 Bobwhites. Tries to go behind the back. And we're going to timeout called by BFA. 5:14 to go in the second quarter. BFA up 6, 19-13 on the Milton Yellow Jackets. Now, Landon, we've talked about scoring so far. Thomas DeMard leading everyone with 7 points. What about some of those other stats we got?
Yeah, as we mentioned, Charlie getting in the passing lanes. He has 3 steals, but as the team as a whole has 8 steals as a team. And Mathis is chipping in for most of their steals with 4 turnovers now himself. But the rebound category, Noah Earl has 2, DeMar has 1, Liam and Will have also chipped in 1. I do lack a little bit on the rebound category. That is sometimes not so accurate, but the steals, the blocks, the assists, the turnovers, pretty solid. Pretty solid there.
Landon, let's try to rebound next game. Come back a little stronger on the rebound stats.
Classic Bryce.
Classic Bryce. Charlie Yates with a heck of a layup attempt. Have it up and under that just falls out, and Mathis pulls that down. That three-pointer good for Ian Bissett, his first points of the game.
It's a big one. That's a big one. Cut the deficit to just 3.
1 possession game now. It looked for a little bit like BFA was going to start to run away with it, so props to Milton for staying in here. Yates gets underneath, draws the foul. Mathis reaching overhead. Mathis doesn't like the call, but that's not going to change the referee's mind.
And that's his second now, so that could be. I think Donovan's going to check in here for him, so that could play a big role down the stretch for sure.
As Milton's 5th team foul. Yates makes the first.
Yeah, BFA has never really been a free throw shooting team, so their #1 goal this year is definitely to be 75% or better.
Which is not a terribly lofty goal. And that one is off. Oh,
incredible.
Good hustle from Richards, and Brown. Brown was able to corral Richards' save, but then travels and sends it back to Milton. 20-16, BFA up, 4:34 to go in this first half.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, Bryce, but BFA has new uniforms out there.
I did not notice. Thanks for pointing that out.
They're going to be getting new home and away jerseys this season. And I swear Tristan told me, Coach Menard told me that this was going to be the JV uniforms, but until they get theirs, but we'll see.
And Donovan going to get called. Donovan Dallas going to get called for that travel, dragged the pivot foot.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough call.
Well, in my personal opinion, as a diehard Orlando Magic fan, the classic black pinstripe jersey is the most beautiful jersey to ever don the hardwood.
Yes, I do like those with Penny and Shaq.
BFA keeps possession here. Milton with some solid defense. As Groton had tried to get underneath. Brown saves the ball. Noah Earl now up top. He's going to pull up for 3, and that one is just off the back iron, but Brown with the rebound. Three-pointer is up from Grattan. That one is just off. Noah Earl gets the long rebound. BFA so far dominating this possession on the boards. That pass from Earl to Richards. Bobbled off his hands and out of bounds. A long possession for Knott.
There was 3 rebounds there, but in my book, I only got 2 jotted down.
Well, Landon, if this was our performance review, you know,
I'd be lacking.
There's a rebound is the growth opportunity.
Yes.
Right? The growth opportunity. 3-pointer off the backboard. Bounces off from Garrow. BFA pushing the ball up. Here's Brown. BFA is going to reset. Yates down to Richards. Richards steps to his right. Little turnaround hook just bounces off.
That's actually Richards' first shot attempt this contest.
See, Richards had a good instinct there. He did a little ball fake right at the start, just didn't sell it. If he sells it more and get the defender off balance a little bit, then that hook shot, when he moved to his right, would be a little bit easier. Just needs to sell that fake a little bit more.
Yeah, one of the things, he really grew into his body over the past 2 years, so him learning post moves is still coming.
Teach him the dream shake.
Oh my goodness, he'd be
Unstoppable.
unstoppable for sure.
And we are going to get an offensive foul called on Mathis. That's number 3 on him. That is a huge call for Milton. And that is Milton's 6th team foul. BFA also has 6 team fouls. So next foul, no matter the team, someone's going to be shooting. 2:37 to go in the second quarter. BFA up 20-16 on Milton. Brown down in the post. Kicks that 3-point attempt out, just rims out Connor Leach. Leach has come close to hitting those threes so many times so far tonight. They just keep rattling out a little bit.
Yeah.
You figure one's got to drop at some point.
Yeah, especially with Connor Leach. I mean, he is, by the numbers, the best shooter on the team. In the mornings, Monday and Tuesday mornings, they get in the gym at 6 a.m. and they're shooting threes, free throws, and everything like that. So by those numbers, Monday and Tuesday morning, he's the best shooter. So it's surprising that he's 0 for 4 tonight.
First game of the season jitters. And we're going to get a timeout called by Milton. Worried about the near out-of-bounds trap here just past half court. There's a little bit of confusion because actually when the timeout was called, Milton actually just gotten out of the trap.
Gotcha.
And so once the whistle was blown, everyone was trying to figure out what the call was, but it's just a timeout by Milton. 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Once again, BFA leading Milton 20-16. I'd like to remind you that we also have the player of the game.
Are we doing that today? Do we have the shirt? Brian doesn't know.
Will be an honorary player of the game. So if you have input in the Facebook comment section, tell us throughout the game who you think should be tonight's player of the game.
Well, right now it's 2016 BFA leads, and so far it's been Charlie Yates and Thomas DeMar being the most significant players. And the funny thing is that they're both returning players.
Milton with possession. Milton looking a little lost on that one. BFA with great defense. Almost loses it themselves, though. Connor Leach going to reset the offense here. Gets it down to Brown in the post. Brown sort of double team, but turns the opposite way. A smart move to go to his left instead. So you saw a Milton player there, but the shot too strong.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal move. Just missed the layup.
That 3-point attempt is off for Hunter McClellan.
Yeah, it's his 5th three. He's shooting 1 for 5 so far.
He's not been shy letting those go. And we are going to get a Milton foul on 32, Skylar Muldoon, his second, team 7th. So BFA is in the bonus now for the remaining minute 36 of this first half. Justin Brown at the line, he'll shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah, and 6 fouls for BFA, but Milton's shot 0 free throws, whereas the other side, the Bobwhites have taken 4 themselves. And
Brown misses that front end, but Milton turns it right back over. Hughes kicks that out to Leach. Finds Horrigan. Horrigan calling his play. We get a screen here. We're going to get a moving screen called on William Hughes.
BFA's only sophomore, their youngest player on the team. He's been pretty impressive in practice in AAU this past spring, and even in tryouts, he's really stuck out with a few other sophomores as well.
That was William Hughes' second personal foul, team 7th. And the reason Milton is not shooting free throws after that 7th is because it's an offensive foul, but William Hughes makes up for that foul, gets that layup, and he is in the scorebook. A minute to go in the first half. BFA up 22-16. Felt like BFA was stuck at 20 points for a while before Hughes was able to get that one to fall. Right now, Milton kind of turnover prone here.
I don't know if you just saw number 34's face, but man, it was really funny because of how disgusted he was with that call.
Into Brown at the free throw line. Out to DeMar. Good screen by Brown. Tried to get a pick and roll going. Tried to get the pick and roll going, but I believe Connor Reen got his hand in there and knocked it away. 41.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. To Reen over to Dallas. Dallas looking around, Milton trying to get some movement here. That three-pointer is just off and hits the strap that's connected to the basket, so that's going to be out of bounds. A good look from Caden Button. BFA, I think, trying to coax Milton to throw it down low on that one. They did not extend their outside defense much beyond the three-point line that time.
Yeah, Button's now shooting 1 for 3 on the evening, 0 for 2 from 3.
With the final 12 seconds exactly.
See what Coach Bernard has cooking for these Bobwhites.
And we're going to get another offensive foul called on BFA.
I think that's going to be about 3 fouls on Justin. Yeah, it is.
Justin Brown, yep. His third, team's 8th. Again, even though Milton's in the bonus, they're not shooting right now because it's an offensive foul.
And you know who just checked in is Dakota Rye, number 22. He is the biggest energy player I've ever seen. He will be the loudest one in this gym, I guarantee it. He works his tail off 24/7.
Puts him in for a full court press here in the final 8 seconds. 5. Dallas gonna throw that one up, tricked by the student section, who did the old early countdown trick, and it worked that time.
Oh.
And that is the end of the first half. BFA leading Milton 22-16.
Gotten a lot of open threes. He's 1 for 5 right now. He just has to start making them. And Colin needs to be a little bit more aggressive, right?
Well, you know, that's mentioning Colin Mathis being a little bit more aggressive. That's going to be tough with 3 personal fouls. So he does have to be aggressive. He's got to be careful about how he does it for sure. And Milton on the board first.
And it always helps to have a little bit of help from some of your teammates.
So that was Ben Godin with his first points of the game. We're going to get a foul here. Some of the scoring leaders from the first half for BFA: Thomas DeMar leading all players with 7 points, and then Noah Earl and Charlie Yates each chipping in 4. For Milton, Colin Mathis has 4, and Ian Bissett and Hunter McClellan each have 3. And that foul on number 34, Ben Godin. That's his first, team's first. And Mathis jumping in there with those long arms to knock that pass out of bounds. 7:22 left. A reminder that this year with fans in the stands, we don't quite have the angle to have a second camera on the scoreboard, so Landon and I are going to do our best to try to keep you informed about how much time is left and what the score is in the foul situation. As Richards with a nice move over to his right. He made the same move in the first half and same result, just so close to going in but bounces off. If he can get that move down, it could be a killer. That three-pointer is good for Brandon Carragher. And Milton here, now only down by 1 as Carragher has 5 points on the night. BFA up with a slim lead, 22-21.
Wow, that was just incredible. If Mathis can't be aggressive, he can do stuff like that and find open plays, find an open shooter like he did there.
Yates with a nice little right-hand floater for BFA's first points of the second half. He now has 6 on the game. Mathis tried to take it in. A little bit of a wild shot is off. Noah Earl now taking it himself with a nice move. A little Euro step going on. He now has 6 points and extends BFA's lead back out to 5.
Back-to-back runs by both teams here.
Loose ball here. Mathis able to save it on his knees, keeping the dribble alive. Oh boy, that is a big fourth. That is a big fourth personal foul call on Colin Mathis. That's Milton's coach talking to the ref about that one. I think I might agree with Milton's coach on that one. That sure, maybe technically it was an offensive foul, but it was also a pretty soft offensive foul. And
yeah, it was a good
I think
flop.
might have been a better no call, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is a huge call. It gives Colin Mathis 4 personal fouls. Milton now has 2 team fouls in this second half. Noah Earl tries to dribble through 3 Milton players. Good defense there. Milton coming the other way. And we're going to get a foul called on BFA.
Yeah, that is Noah Earl's 5th turnover now. He loves to create plays, but sometimes it's a little bit too much.
And that is the second personal foul on Connor Leach, team's first. And I think we're going to get a foul called on Noah Earl. And
that's a tough call to make as well.
Yep.
Probably a no call there, but
evening the close calls out here.
Sure.
And we say this, but overall, I think the officials have done a great job so far.
Yes.
This game, and I'm not just saying that to appease them. It has been a fairly called game.
And officiating is so hard to do, as I tried to do it in my league this summer, and it's just.
And,
yeah, every call is not a good call.
That's why I decided to get behind the mic. People don't yell at me here.
Yes.
0 for 2 from the free throw line. Thomas DeMar gets the rebound and has good position. He'll draw a foul on Milton.
Thanks for the heads up on the rebound. I tracked that one there.
I got you, Landon. I got you. That is number 2 on Ben Godin. Team's third. 5:42 to go in the third quarter. Down to Yates on the block. He's going to go to his left. Tries to squeeze between 2 Milton players who both held their ground.
Yeah, that's a tough take. Very tough take. And the 2 people tried to split him and then just ended up throwing up a prayer.
I think trying to split them a little bit too far underneath the basket. Good collapsing defense here by BFA, really shutting down any penetration inside the key, forcing Milton to keep the ball outside the three-point line.
Did you see 23's mask there? It's under his chin.
And that wild shot is off. Noah Earl coming the other way. He'll take it on his own again. This one just rims out. Good offensive rebound. Fight by Tanner Smith, but not able to get the putback to go. but a good fight down there nonetheless. Smith now with the tight defense. Forces a tough shot from Carragher, which is off.
That's going to be Carragher's first miss.
DeMar out to Earl. Earl looking down low to Yates. Carragher guarding Yates. Nice two-man game going on there between Yates and Horrigan. And we will get a Milton foul. That is on number 32, Skylar Muldoon, his third. Team's fourth in this second half. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. BFA with the ball underneath the basket.
The Bobwhites are very patient on these inbounds plays, as it looks like Milton actually went to a zone for this possession.
Did the safety pass out to Brown. Oh, a nice drive there by 52 Liam Horrigan. Not able to get the floater to drop, but will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
It's going to be a third on
Skylar. Well, nope, that one is on 34, Ben Godin. But it is also his third, team's fifth. As Horrigan hits the first. Here's the personal foul situation for BFA. Justin Brown, the only player with 3. For Milton, Colin Mathis has 4, which is huge. And Muldoon and Godin each with 3. As Horrigan rims out the second, goes 1 for 2. BFA up 6, 27-21 with, we are halfway through the third quarter.
That Milton student section is a little quiet over there. As I am a BFA homer, so.
Milton student section wearing all black, BFA student section wearing all white.
No, Earl did not like that call at all, as he's right in front of us.
That is Noah Earl's third personal foul, BFA's third team foul, 3:50 remaining. As Seth Richards checks back into the game for the Bobwhites. Milton is taking the ball out right next to their bench. A nice sideline streak for Muldoon, but that reverse layup just bouncing off. We've seen so many of those shots tonight that are good looks that just kind of bounce off the rim from both teams. That shot a little bit short.
That was a great hustle by Horrigan.
Josh Reel just takes that ball away and misses the layup. Over to Richards. Richards with the pass. Over to Horrigan, who can't get it to go. Brown tried to follow as well. And kind of back-to-back missed layups for both teams. And we're going to get an offensive foul called on Milton.
Wow. That was a great sequence by Brown. Had a great tip on the offensive rebound, didn't get it to fall. Hustled back, got just in front of the charge area.
Yep.
He's got just outside that and took it like a champ.
And that is Braden Carragher's third personal foul. Team sixth, so BFA gonna be in the bonus the rest of the third quarter. Milton calls a timeout. BFA leading 27-21, 3:12 to go. Here's the updated foul situation here. Milton in quite a bit of foul trouble here. Colin Mathis with 4 personals. Skylar Muldoon, Braden Carragher, and Ben Godin each with 3. For BFA, Justin Brown, the only player, Justin Brown and Noah Earl with 3 fouls apiece. Connor Leach and William Hughes with 2, and Thomas DeMar with 1.
Yeah, there's been a lot more shots being taken here in the second half. DeMar has not found the bottom of the net yet. Earl has 2. Liam has a free throw. Charlie has 2. And I think that's all we got. I mean, they've scored 5 points here in the third quarter. Whereas Milton's chipped in 5 as well.
Yeah, Milton chipped in the first 5. Oh, Seth Richards up in the air. I mean, almost could have dunked that one. But Milton had the first 5 points of the quarter with a nice find. Not able to get it to drop. And that BFA is on a make that still a 5-0 run. Richards makes that 7-0 with a good follow off of Yates's miss. And that's why you keep running behind the fast break. Even if it looks like it's a sure layup, you never know.
It's funny, in practice, they have Seth Richards dunking every layup that he can. And there's times where he's winded in dunking, but that's just only making him better for these late game scenarios.
BFA arguing that call. They said it was out of bounds on BFA. Milton keeps possession in front of the scorers table. And discussion between the official and the coach, but doesn't change the call. Milton with the ball.
It's tough to argue with the ref because, they don't have a replay system to go back and look. So,
Well, and for how long it takes the NBA to review calls, I am thankful we don't have a review system here.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny, you weren't here for it, but the JV game was delayed because the backboard wasn't going down all the way. So they had to pull out a big scaffolding, and the JV game didn't start till like 6:20. And it was supposed to start at 6.
The joys of high school basketball.
Yeah,
the best.
When they had to get a janitor that was OSHA approved to climb the scaffolding, and that took forever.
Good thing we don't have a TV schedule we have to push back either.
Oh my goodness.
And that is going to be a BFA foul. I believe it's going to be on Connor Leach. That's number 3. And that is BFA's 4th team foul in the second half. 1:48 to go. Free throw is missed by Skylar Muldoon.
That's actually their first free throw attempt. Is it? I think it's their first free throw attempt.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
No, you know what? Godin took one earlier in this quarter, and then these are the 3rd and 4th free throws.
But still, your first 4 free throws coming in the 3rd quarter. 0 for 2 on that one. Hughes dribbling the ball up over to Leach, gets it down to Richards. And we're going to get a foul called on Skylar Muldoon, guarding Richards. That's about to be his 4th personal.
They have 5 players with fouls, or excuse me, 4 players with fouls. That's funny.
It is Milton's a lot of fouls, but not spread out,
yes,
unfortunately.
that's what I was trying to say.
Not spread out. We got Mathis and Muldoon each with 4, and Carragher and Godin each with 3.
And
Richards bangs that one in.
Ridiculous.
Minute 40 left. BFA with a 9-point lead. Like I said, Milton scored the first 5 points of the quarter, and BFA has scored the last 9. Justin Brown almost knocked that one away. Dallas gets it. Goes over to the corner. Carragher runs into 3 BFA defenders, but kicks it out, finds an open button. That 3-point attempt bounces off the back iron. Minute 15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hughes gonna try to go and extends with his right hand. That's a tough shot. Unable to get it. It's a tough shot because it's hard for the ball control to balance it when you outstretch your arm that far.
Yeah, the kids nowadays, they call that a jelly.
Either way is as smooth as peanut butter.
Right next to us is the Milton head coach saying ball screen about 6 times.
Haven't seen a ton of them yet. That 3-pointer off from Garrow.
Every single time.
Coach still yelling for ball screen. Well, It's true, we don't see a ton of pick and rolls in high school basketball, but if you can get that play down, it can do wonders for you. I think that's the coach is asking for those ball screens just to try to open up something here for Milton with some of their main playmakers off the floor in foul trouble.
Seth's having a quarter. 5 points now.
That shot by Milton off. 6 seconds to go. Up to Richard. Oh, I think they're trying to. That pass was a little too high, but Richard sticks with it and gets that one to fall at the buzzer. He has 7 points on the game.
All in this quarter.
Like you said, Landon, Richards having a quarter. BFA opens up a 15-point lead, 36-29.
Yeah, pretty incredible here. Like the 9-0 run now got expanded to a 13-0 run. So it's let's see what Milton can do. Probably gonna have to play the players with double-digit or 3+ fouls. So we'll see how aggressive they can be. And I mean, my halftime notes is they just gotta make their open shots.
That has been easier said than done so far tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For Milton. Especially, and also the foul situation really taking a toll on Milton's rotations. The coach has sort of had to go deep into his bench, missing a lot of their generally go-to playmakers on the floor. Just a reminder, Northwest Access TV is a nonprofit organization. If you are enjoying the sports coverage throughout this year, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. We appreciate everybody for watching and appreciate everybody's generosity who donated to us throughout the year, especially last year when there was no fans. We really appreciated everybody engaging with us and supporting us, and we ask that you consider to do it again this year as Milton starts this quarter with the ball.
And Mathis is out there. I think the plan for him on the defensive end, you probably try to hide him.
Mathis with the long three-pointer. It looked good when it left his hands, but off the rim here. Richards trying to call for the ball as he was running down the court. BFA now in full control of this game. Oh, a great play. William Hughes passed that ball over to Richards and a give and go right back to Hughes with an open layup, and Hughes with a really good little backdoor cut there. BFA on a heck of a run. BFA, in fact, I believe on a 16-0 run right now.
Yeah, pretty remarkable.
BFA with the ball underneath. Into Richards. Richards with just a nice one drop step. Split the defenders and no one there to meet him at the rim. He now has 9 points on the game. BFA now up by 19. Make that 16 with Braden Carragher breaking that run for the Bobwhites. Bobwhites run an 18-0 run. Make that 18-3 run.
That's Carragher's second three, giving him 8 points on the evening.
Milton with a zone defense right now.
BFA has been working on the zone defense in practice, and Tristan actually had to cut practice early because he was so frustrated with the zone offense.
Brown with a wild shot, doesn't fall, but Richards right there to clean it up. He is having a heck of a second half here. The first player in the entire game with double digits. He has 11. Mathis gonna pull it from 3. That one just bounces out, and Mathis is frustrated that he can't get those to go. Mathis looking like a safety right there, jumping in and intercepting that pass. He's got to be careful on those drives, though, that he's not going to draw an offensive foul. That 3 is off. The 8's going to lose the ball on that one. Mathis.
That's his 4th steal.
Trying the Steve Nash bounce pass, but BFA picks it off. 5.5 left in the game. BFA up 42-24.
And me and you were actually talking about his pass last year. Mathis's pass.
Well, you know, he's even when those passes are getting picked off, you can sense that he has the right passing sense, right? And he can pull off some of those passes. Mathis, and we're going to get a timeout for BFA. Mathis, though, not having the best game in the world tonight with only 4 points. Credit, though, where credit is due. For the last 3 years, Colin Mathis has been one of my favorite players to watch locally. Not having a great game tonight, but he drives the offense, he can score, he can pass, he's tall, he can get those steals, he can rebound, he can do a lot of things. And because he's been in foul trouble tonight, Milton has really, really missed his playmaking ability.
It's funny you mentioned his free safety skills on that steal, because I got a chance to watch him this fall playing football, and man, he had one heck of a grab in the end zone. It was actually a great game. I forget the team they were playing, but I was covering them for the Courier, and Mathis and one of his fellow friends had a phenomenal game as they were both receivers.
Well, you know, we said it before that in Vermont varsity sports, kind of height and length and body control and ball control, it's hard to come by all in one package, right? And so when you have a player who sort of has all of that, they really can dominate in a whole bunch of different sports.
Listening now, Milton head coach is screaming chaos as I think it's some sort of trap, and curious to see how well the Bobwhites offense will be going against the zone.
Yeah, so we just heard Milton's coach explain it. Got a trap up the top, and that's what they missed that time. That foul on Milton's number 4, Donovan Dallas, his first, team's 8th. Thomas DeMar at the line. Hits the first, will earn himself another shot. Remember, we are doing player of the game. So let us know in the Facebook comments who you think the player of the game is tonight. I got to tell you, I think Seth Richards is
climbing the ladder.
Climbing that ladder. He's had a heck of a second half.
Yeah, easy buckets, and those 2 points start to add up for sure.
Mathis, little Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway.
Finally gets one to fall.
Well, you know, and that's the thing, because of the foul trouble, he really hasn't been able to get into his offensive groove tonight, but you just got a little glimpse of what he can do. Richards waiting down low. Those plays all night, all night. I should say all second half, I should say.
Yes.
All 13 of his points in the second half.
Yeah, team's 5th assist. Good find by Noah Earl and ripped through by Richards.
4 minutes to go in the game. BFA up 46-26. Milton with 8 team fouls, BFA with 4. Mathis, another smooth one, cutting through the lane. Pulls it up for a floater. He now has 8 points.
Well, Milton, not to downgrade them, but they are a Division II team, so playing against a Division I team, playing, you know, fairly well for how little their shots are falling, they will be able to compete in the Division II playoffs and the Division II league.
Three minutes left. BFA just passing the ball around, spending that time. One of those moments I'm sure Milton wishes there was a shot clock in Vermont high school basketball. Richards gets that offensive rebound, gets that putback. He has 15. And we are going to get 8.
He's made 7 shots in a row.
We're going to have an injury timeout here. Donovan Dallas going to the bench. Looks like he may have rolled an ankle.
Seth Richards has made 7 shots in a row. Wow.
He has been a joy to watch in this second half.
if he can take that leap that we're all expecting him to in his post game, he's been a glass cleaner for sure against a smaller team.
Mathis.
Wow, pretty.
He's gonna take that one. He's the first Milton player in double digits.
Yeah, pretty layup for sure.
2.5 minutes to go. BFA with a very safe 18-point lead at this point. Earl being guarded closely by Caden Button. Into Richards. Milton now trying to double team there, going to call.
I think they're going to call a charge.
Yep. And that is Seth Richards, only his first personal foul of the game. BFA's fifth, 2:13 remaining. This is one of those moments for Milton, you just try to get something good going to take into next game that you can work on as Richards pulls down that rebound, but quickly throws it to McClellan. McClellan's going to pull it from three, and he gets that one to fall. McClellan has 6 on the night. We are going to get a timeout called by Milton's coach.
Yeah, McClellan actually, that's his first shot attempt here in this second half, so getting his second 3 to fall. Maybe he gets a couple more, who knows? I mean, basketball's all about a game of runs.
Sure is.
And a minute and 51 seconds is a lot of time. Not in real life, but in basketball, a minute 51. I mean, you know basketball. Some viewers might know basketball. Tracy McGrady, 13 points in 33 seconds or something.
Again, as a diehard Orlando Magic fan, I sure know Tracy McGrady, even though he played for Houston when he pulled off the 13 points in 33 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, Carragher's hit a couple threes, and now this is the second three for McClellan, and we both know that Mathis can cook from 3 too. So you hit 2 here, it's only a 9-point deficit.
If Reggie Miller can make 8 points in 13 seconds, it's hard and unlikely, but still possible.
So you're saying if Reggie Miller can do it, anybody can do it?
Well, duh.
You think Curry passes Allen tomorrow night?
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And at MSG, that's a fun one.
My buddy has a ticket to the Celtics game. He's hoping that it's the game after the Knicks.
Oh, okay. So waiting for the Celtics to get creamed on that one.
Yes.
Minute 40 to go in this one. BFA up 15, 48-33. Milton forces the turnover here, but no, Earl reaches in from behind. Knocks that one out of bounds.
I see Thomas DeMar out there complaining that he should have got a foul call as Connor reached around on that steal.
In the Facebook comments, seeing a couple of Seth Richards for player of the game here. I think I happen to agree.
I mean, yeah, he made 7 shots in a row. Oh, I really wish he threw one down.
He was close at one point. Mathis going to pull up from 3. That one's just off. But a good offensive rebound and follow from Connor Reen. Those are his first points of the game. The lead did grow as large as 20. Milton now gets it within 13 with 1:06 to go. So still a difficult task for them to actually pull ahead here, but
well, they picked the right guy to foul.
Yep, have gained some ground here.
I think, if I remember correctly, 25% last season, Charlie H. shot.
That Milton foul on 14, Connor Reen, his first, team's 9th. Yates misses the front end. Mathis gets the ball. Milton coach yelling for them to push. Mathis going to pull up from just inside the free throw line. I tell you, his shot, when it's going, it is beautiful. Under a minute to go. Milton trying to trap up top and get called for a foul. I think just point at Mathis, so that will be his 5th.
That actually.
Oh, no, called it on Braden Carragher.
That was actually, they had a really good trap right there. If they just started to overplay and not foul, I mean, they probably could have got a 5-second call or a turnover, but.
Instead, Connor Leach will beat the line. He's going to shoot 2. BFA is now in the double bonus. And he gets the first one to go. With 50.2 seconds remaining in the game, BFA up 18. Make that 19. Connor Leach goes 2 for 2.
Free throws wins games, for sure.
I think the first player in the entire game to hit 2 free throws in a row.
DeMar did.
DeMar did? Okay.
Yep. I think he.
Well, that's how scarce it's been.
Yes. Yes. Yates has been at the line a lot. 0 for 1 or 1 for 2.
Mathis pushing the ball and try to go baseline. Noah Earl with some good defense, knocking the ball out of Mathis's hand. BFA gets the rebound. We'll get another reach-in foul called, this time on Aiden Garrow.
Yeah, not the guy you want to foul.
And that is his first personal foul. Connor Leach will shoot 2. Misses the first. 38 seconds to go. BFA up 50 to 37. Goes 1 for 2.
3 for 4 on the evening from Leach.
Landon, I think I'm ready to call it Seth Richards player of the game.
I'd give you the nod, for sure.
All right, Seth Richards, tonight's Northwest Access TV player of the game. Congratulations to him.
Along with his dominant paint performance, also chipped in 5 rebounds, assists, and had 1 silly turnover, but at the end of the night, didn't matter, but still a lot of things to work on for the Bobwhites after the zone offense.
Mathis, I think, going to try to dunk it. He got it. We got the show.
Unfortunately, I got to count that as a turnover.
Sorry, BFA. I don't know how happy Milton's coach is about that, but I think the players enjoyed it. Well, that's going to do it for us. 51-39, BFA pulls out the win in their home opener against Milton, a reversal from last year's BFA Milton game. Good. Landon, what are some good things that you saw from the Bobwhites tonight?
Well, Seth showed his dominance. It took him a little while, had to wait for the team to get tired maybe, or, I mean, the fouls were atrocious for them anyway, but Seth showing his dominance in the paint, Charlie getting back into rhythm with getting to the line, setting the pace for the team early. We saw some flashes of some nice passing from DeMar and Earl, and a little bit of depth with Grattan coming in, give us some strong minutes, Tanner, offensive rebound. But for Milton, I mean, Mathis is their go-to guy. Obviously, he was not able to play this game, basically, right? He got 4 fouls. Was it early third or late third?
Yeah, early third.
So that cut him out of the picture for most of the while, and so it's tough. But like I mentioned before, they're going to do well in their league for sure.
So scoring leaders for the game: Colin Mathis for Milton with 14, 10 of those in probably about the last 4 minutes of the game. Braden Carragher with 8 and Hunter McClellan with 6. For the Bobwhites, Seth Richards led them with 15, all in the second half. Thomas DeMar with 9, and Hughes, Earl, and Yates each with 6. Before we go tonight, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, Barrett Ford, JC Image, and Handy Toyota. If your business would like to be a sponsor for Northwest Access TV's sports coverage this winter, please contact us at 802-782-8676. And just a reminder that we are a nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying the sports coverage throughout the year, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. Thank you, everybody, for watching us tonight. It is great to be back in the gym with fans for the first time in 2 years. My name is Bryce Batchelder, and for Landon Potvin, thank you so much, and have a great night.
Peace.